Of investors who say they were scammed in a real estate venture promoted by radio host DJ Envy. There is a major development.
DJ Envy's longtime business partner has been arrested by federal agents in New Jersey. Cesar Pina has been charged with fraud.
You might know him on Instagram as Flippin' NJ. My friend Cesar Pina.
Envy, whose real name is Rashawn Casey, was not charged, but many of the alleged victims say they were influenced by his celebrity.
He's advertising this all over the radio and on.
We were interviewing Jeff Robinson, who owns a food truck and car wash in Patterson.
My son was my world, and these people took advantage.
His son, Jeff Jr., tragically died in a car accident 6 months ago, leaving 2 children behind. Jeff Jr. had invested $325,000 with Pina in this Passaic property.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Mix. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Those who are digitally passing by, who have yet to subscribe, go ahead and smash that subscription button and hit the notification bell. That way you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. For everyone, listen to this video. Yes, help push a girl through the algorithm by listening to this video. Thank you very much from beginning to end. Go ahead and drop some comments. Let's keep it respectful and peacefully in the comment section, remembering the community guidelines. So yeah, go ahead and smash that like button, share this video. Sharing is definitely caring. Thank you all for your support. Those domestically and internationally, head on over to the community section. Polls going on. Vote, vote, votes, votes, votes. Now, let me jump right into the topic. Okay, everyone. Alleged victim's father speak out. His name is Jeff Robinson Sr. And this is a tearjerker for you guys. This is like you're cutting onions. I got very emotional listening to his story, and in my opinion, I'm just like, there's a huge question mark regarding his son's death in terms of the accidents. Mind you, he invested, his son, who is now deceased, Jeff Jr., invested $325K in a Cesar Pina's Flippin' NJ or Flip to Dow, whatever, which was promoted heavily by DJ Envy. So on the Breakfast Club, iHeart radio station, and over a plethora of social media platforms, I mean, he was promoting. And as I stated in previous videos, it was like he was fishing. So if DJ Envy had any inkling of what was going on in terms of if there was illegal tactics, illegal activity, then he must be held accountable, in my opinion. My biggest pet peeve when it comes to scammers, I do not like scammers. And when I say scammers, those who scam everyday, hard-working people. That irks me. That annoys me. Being scammed, being manipulated, half-truths, all of that. I don't like that. I'm not rocking with that. Justice for Jeff. This story, again, is a tearjerker. So go ahead and listen, and I might jump in here and there with my commentary, reaction, and opinion. Otherwise than that, I'll catch you all at the end with more, my opinion. And this is all alleged because, again, it hasn't been proven that Jeff Jr. was the alleged victim, although court proceedings have been initiated and the story has continued to develop, and it's being further investigated. So this is ongoing, and we shall see. We definitely shall see. Everyone, let me go ahead and share this clip with you guys. It's an interview conducted by Tony the Closer. He is the guy who actually uncovered all of this by way of interviews and speaking with so many different alleged victims. Tony the Closer has been on top of this for some months now. So he has gotten up close and personal through this interview one-on-one with the alleged victim's father, Jeff Robinson. So I'm going to share this clip, and then I will probably jump in here and there with my commentary and reaction.
Is what DJ Envy said to everybody.
How are you, Tom?
Brother Jeff,
What's up, sir? How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well, hanging in there, a little tired, but I'm here. What's going on today?
I appreciate you jumping on. You just got finished leaving your truck and you came and made some time for us. So
This is Jeff Robinson Sr. He again is the father of the now deceased alleged victim, Jeff Jr., who invested $325K. Yes, $325K in Cesar Pina's and DJ Envy's, I guess is Flip to Dow or Flippin' NJ, whatever you want to call it. But again, DJ Envy promoted this business venture everywhere by way of iHeart's radio and also throughout many different social media platforms. But let's listen to Jeff Robinson Sr., what he has to say about all of this as he continues to uncover a lot of things himself since the demise of his son.
I want to kind of like really give people an understanding of like what's happening here. So for starters, this is Jeff Robinson Sr. His son is a investor with Cesar Pina. He passed away tragically about 6 months ago to a car accident. After his passing, his family has been trying to get their money to take care of his children. He has 2 young children that survived him. This father here has been in the community with his son and his father for over 30 plus years in Patterson. This isn't just somebody that was just some street hustler or somebody that was a nobody. This is somebody that's been pouring into the community for 30 plus years. This family has done coke giveaways, free food, all type of gatherings to be a part of uplifting the community. Why this thing means something to me is because the people who do the right thing need to be protected. The families that are out here that are truly making impact and doing it the right way, they should be protected. See, one of the issues that I have with our culture is everybody likes to try to go to this street mindset and the snitch.
Let me pause it right here. I totally agree with Tony the closer when it comes to everyday hardworking people who are out here getting scammed, manipulated, mistreated, unfairly treated, all of that. Yes, I can't stand a scammer when it comes to someone, hardworking people who took maybe their savings, trying to extend their income, people who took their investment, people who took equity out their home and their income in some way, form, or fashion for their family to create some type of leverage financially for the future, for their future, for their children's future. I can't stand that. I promise you, when someone is out here scamming hard-working people, they should be protected. Let me continue.
And everybody wants to apply the street culture. Hold on 1 second. Somebody trying to cut me call again. But the street culture is something that has hurt our community for years. I've heard countless amounts of stories since I've been covering this case, and when I spoke to you, it literally broke my heart. First off, hearing the father express his pain and the loss of having a child in itself is one thing, but as I heard the backstory and all the things that were happening and what you were trying to do to make sure you could make sure your son could be protected in this investment and also get his money after the fact is something that really hit home for me a little bit differently. So I wanted to come bring you up here and let people hear kind of what your dealings were with Cesar and kind of who you are, because I think this is very, very important for the masses to really truly be able to understand the type of people that they took advantage of. And I remember going to your page before I met your brother. He did good for the community, and this shouldn't be happening like that. And you know, our first conversation, I ended up in tears.
Yeah. Right now, just listening to you speak about the whole situation, Tone, is a very sensitive issue with me. I just lost my son 6 months ago, so it's kind of like emotional. It's very difficult for me to even come up here and talk to you today. However, I know that this story must be heard because of all of the stealing that people have endured from this group of individuals. Cesar, not only Cesar, but DJ Envy and his whole entourage. You know, my son was a very hard worker, and the community loved him, and so did I. So his story is very, very delicate right now. You know, especially even so much about the money is how they went about getting the monies from my son and also the other people that also are victims in this whole situation.
Oh, wow.
As long as I'm living till God take me out of here, I will continue to fight for what he deserves and his children deserve. So I'm here today, but I'm speaking to you in pain, in a lot of pain.
Oh my, let me interject really quickly. This is incredibly sad, a sad situation overall. And I hope that justice is served and Jeff Robinson Sr. is able to recoup every dime on his son's behalf. I hope that it is proven in court that his son was wronged in this situation. Let me continue.
Because Cesar, physically, I spoke to him multiple times when my son actually asked me to get involved when Cesar was giving him the runaround before he passed away. Cesar is a very slick individual. He never wanted to physically meet me and sit down with me to go over some of the concerns I had with my son's contracts. You know, had Jeff Jr. spoken to me about it in the beginning of his investment, he know what I would have said.
Wow.
And this is one of the reasons why he didn't bring me until things started to get to the point where he could not get monies from Cesar, handle his business the way.
Let me pause it right here. Generally speaking, usually when someone is making certain business decisions and they might have an intuition that maybe it's not the best deal, in my opinion, usually this happens. They don't go to the person who will give it to them straight, no chaser, which in this instance was Jeff Robinson Sr. Like he stated, if his son would have came to him early on, he know he would have shot everything down, literally, like, nah, you know, don't do business with this, is not right, etc., etc. And wow, that normally it happens that way. It does. You're moving forward with a business relationship with someone, or you're trying to make a certain decision, and when things hit the fan, when you go ahead and make it anyway, and things hit the fan, you end up going to the person you knew would have been very transparent with you and probably would have directed you in down a different path. So wow, this is sad. Like he said, he knew his son, if his son would have came to him early on, the outcome would have been different, very different in his favor. So let me continue.
Wanted to. So he always called on me, his dad. I don't know what you want to call it, but maybe I was his enforcer because he knew no matter what, I would always come to his defense. So when I asked Cesar about these contracts, these frivolous contracts, he never wanted to meet. He would always make excuses. Oh, bro, I'm out of town. He would tell Jeff. So I actually called Cesar myself and said, look, I have some concerns. I want to sit down and talk to you about this contract. So he would always duck and dive me as a person. Cesar just didn't know that some of the people in his circle had knew me for many, many years in the financial world. I've been in this community for over 50 years, and I'm still here. I policed this community for 25 years of my life. I lived in the same house where I am. I grew up at. So we've been here for 50 years. This is nothing new for me. My mom and dad were here in the same community where they had a junkyard, when I was able to take possession of it. I turned it into what I turned it into. And so I listened to Cesar. I'm not really a social media type of guy. All I do is I like to cook and do what I do. But he had made some allegations about how he made my son, because when Jeff Jr. met him, we were losing these very same businesses that we've built from back in the early 80s. That is a poor excuse of coverage for him to say this, because I would like for him to show me in writing or in black and white where you saved these properties from my son and I. That is so untrue. But I would like to see this. And then when we go to court, Tony, brother, for even standing up with all of the criticism that you had gotten in the beginning of this story. You know, I watched a little bit. I didn't come out up front because I was just waiting for the day to come where I had to see Cesar in court. But because of the love that Jeff Jr. had from friends out there, they would not let it rest. And they made it known that I was his father and he needed to be talked about.
Woo, this is a tearjerker, you guys. It really is. Oh my gosh, my heart goes out to him and the babies. Oh gosh, his grandchildren.
So excuse me if I may get a little emotional at times when I talk about my son, because it's just like it happened yesterday. Although it's 6 months ago, I miss him dearly. So Cesar is really playing with fire at this moment. And I'm glad that the authorities picked him up, because that is a good thing for him and his associates. I've been here for 50 years, and I'm going to stay here until God takes me home. I'm going to fight for my child until the end, until there's no longer a fight for me. So I appreciate you, man, taking this time to use your platform to acknowledge my son and also acknowledge me for the work that we've done. We don't ask for much. We always try and give. This is what was raised by my mother and father, who started this journey, who started this legacy. It was those two. And I took it to the level, to the point where I can take it and turn the torch on to Jeff Jr. And he carried it very, very well, I must say. I must say that he carried it very well. Even if Cesar wanted to get away with this, the people of this city would not allow this to happen, because of the love and the respect that they had for this young man, and not only myself. But it's been really, really difficult just seeing how disrespectful this young man has been to to these people that he's taken their money and he thinks is a joke. But at the end of the day, God has the last say, my man. He will deal with all of those that try and come before this journey that we're trying to bring out to the people. This isn't about street or not street. You understand? People are talking about someone being snitches, bro. This is right or wrong. This has nothing to do with you or anyone else being a snitch to anyone. This is right or wrong. It's black and white, my man. That's all this is. So for those that want to criticize you and talk about you being a snitch, they need to go somewhere and sit down and get a real life for themselves. But you know what, Tone? This journey will continue. You know, I'm just thankful for the love from the people and from yourself. I never met you until Sunday. You sent me this message and say, hey, I've heard a story. I need to talk to you. Are you willing to talk? And I say, yes. We've been talking, and I admire you, my man. I admire you. Not only will I come meet you in person, because I don't really do the social media much often, other than cook food and put displays and stuff of the food business and the car wash on social media. But I physically want to come to you and give you a hug and show you that much respect, that I appreciate what you're doing for these people. Not only for my son, but for these people that are hurting behind all of this stealing and carrying on. My son got out here and worked every day of his life. I taught him that. I was a single father since he was 5 years old. The courts gave me custody of this young man because they knew that he would be better off with me. So whatever stories that you may hear, I raised him up until the day he died. He was 33 years old, but I guided him up until the point he did die. So Jeff has lived a great life, man. And I cannot allow Cesar and DJ Envy or any other person take advantage of that good heart that he had. I will die first before I allow that to happen.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, my heart goes out to this man and his entire family.
And I will make sure of that. And I appreciate you, man. I really can't continue to talk as much as I go on. It hurts. It hurts more and more and more. This is not easy for me. This is not easy for me. You know, my son was my world, although I have 3 other kids, but my son was my shadow. He was my shadow from the day he was.
Okay, you guys, that was a clip, and the interview is, of course, floating around on YouTube, on the internet, and you can catch the entire interview on Tony the Closer's YouTube channel. But this right here, my heart goes out to his entire family. Shame on those who intentionally caused financial harm to many alleged victims in this situation. If proven through the courts, these people need to be made whole, in my opinion. This is just a travesty. I kind of, you know, there's a huge question mark. His son passed away, perished in a car accident. Wow, his son was probably trying to, before he got his father involved, and I'm glad he ended up speaking to his father about this before he mysteriously passed away in a car crash. But like I was saying, it's like a huge question mark for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's a huge question mark. And I'm not trying to go the conspiracy theory route, but I mean, certain things that make you go, his son wanted his money back from the alleged bogus investment with Cesar Pina, which this business venture was promoted heavily by DJ Envy on iHeart's radio program, The Breakfast Club, and through many of his social media platforms. So Jeff Jr. being owed $325K and probably was trying to collect, who knows what conversations took place behind the scenes prior to his tragic demise. But again, that leaves a question mark, in my opinion, in my brain. So, but I can't stand scammers. I've been on a receiving end of being scammed, manipulated, and all of that. Trying to do the right thing. Hardworking, everyday people whose intentions is to do their best to color inside the lines, be ethical, have integrity, and do it the right way. And to be taken advantage of, that, no, I'm not rocking with that at all. And if anyone turned a blind eye, knowing deep down that it was some funny business going on with these people's money, then everyone needs to be held accountable. Because again, my biggest pet peeve, one of my biggest pet peeve, is everyday hardworking people being scammed, manipulated, half truths. I don't like that, because I don't give that energy out, and I don't want that energy. It's good people out here, and they need to be protected, especially in this financial sense. So let me know your thoughts, you guys. Drop some comments. Again, this interview was conducted by Tony the Closer. Shout out to him. He's been on this for some months now. And give credit where it's due. I will have more polls, new polls going on in the community section. So stay connected. Stay tuned for that. Like, share, subscribe to The Mix. Justice for these alleged victims. Justice for Jeff Robinson's entire family. Hopefully the courts will see it that way. Thank you guys for tuning in, domestically and internationally. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.